Good day to all of you. I am Sivaram, former senior executive with 47 years of experience from Sashasai Paper and Boards Limited, Erode. I am very glad to meet you all once again. In our last episode, we have seen the videos of first and second part of TPM. In continuation, we will be discussing about TPM part 3 in this video. I have simplified the TPM to suit our Indian work culture for better understanding and for easy implementation. Since TPM is a very big subject, I have divided these into 7 parts and prepared in a simple way that even a layman can understand with the examples and data. This free video can be used as learning and teaching material. Let's move into the subject. This is the roadmap, steps, and activities to be carried out for implementing TPM, which we had already discussed in detail in our previous videos, part 1 and part 2. This is a continuation of the roadmap for TPM. Welcome to TPM training part 3. In this video, we will be discussing about autonomous maintenance, which is very important in TPM, how to prepare TPM file, how to conduct TPM training, types of maintenance. Here we will discuss in detail how to implement the first and very important TPM pillar, that is autonomous maintenance. The purpose of autonomous maintenance is that how to develop operators to take care of small maintenance tasks, thus freeing up the skilled maintenance personnel to spend more time on more value added activities and technical repairs. The operators are solely responsible for the upkeep of the equipment and to prevent them from deterioration. First and foremost step is that it is designed to help operators learn more about what is the functions of the equipment in the process, what common problems can occur, how these problems can be prevented by early detection using their senses, that is eyes, ears, hands and nose, and rectifying the identified abnormal conditions. It also prepares operators to become competent operators and to be active partners with maintenance personnel in improving the overall performance and reliability of the equipment. Having said so, how to achieve all this? To achieve all this, TPM defines 7 steps to be followed in autonomous manner. Now let's see what these 7 steps are. There are 7 steps in autonomous maintenance. These are jobs to be done by the operators and maintenance person who will be allotted ownership of equipment. Against step 0, everyone must know his ownership equipment thoroughly. Against step 1, they should first perform initial cleaning with meaning and purpose. Step 2, they should identify and eliminate sources of contamination and inaccessible places for doing CILT activities, that is cleaning, inspection, lubrication and retightening activities. Against step 3, next is that they should prepare tentative standards for doing cleaning, inspection, lubrication and tightening activities. Step 4 is perform general equipment inspection. Step 5 is perform process general inspection. Step 6 is standardize autonomous maintenance. And step 7 is practice full self-management. In this video, we will discuss the first 4 steps, that is step 0 to step 3, because by implementing these first 4 steps alone, your company will begin to see lot of improvements throughout the organization and company will also make profit. Another important thing is that we need to implement the TPM steps gradually, one by one in sequence. At no cost, without completing the first step, you cannot move to this next step. Ensure that the steps are well understood and fully implemented. Do an audit as soon as one step has been implemented to check the compliance of the steps before moving to the next step. Before implementing TPM steps, conduct TPM trainings to all employees for understanding the TPM concept fully and its benefits. And training is very important element in TPM. First, engage a TPM consultant for giving TPM awareness training to all the top executives, HODs, officers and staff in your HRD training center. Trainings can also be given both in classroom and shop floors. Next, select TPM trainer staff. from each department. These TPM trainers will also give classroom and shop floor training with practical examples by the consultant. After completing of training, these trainers will give classroom and shop floor trainings to all the process and maintenance in their respective departments. This type of theoretical and practical training will groom the employees to become competent operators and competent maintenance personnel. By this type of training, the employees become independent, skilled employees who can monitor their own work, manage their equipment independently, correct small mistakes themselves, and implement improvement autonomously. When step 0, step 1, and step 2, step 3 training is over, fully understood and sincerely followed by the employees, then only the company can see considerable improvement in housekeeping, reduction in accidents, breakdowns, cost reduction, customer complaints, quality defects, pollution, and waste generation. Company will also witness improvement in the morale of employees, and there will be an increase in numbers of kaizens, improvement suggestions given by employees without investment or with least investment. As a result of these benefits, company will see increase in profits too. These are some photos of TPM theoretical and practical shop floor trainings by the TPM trainer for the employees in the department. These type of trainings to be given in all departments to cover all the employees by the nominated TPM trainers. Now let's see the steps in TPM one by one. Step 0. Know your equipment. This is a fundamental and important step in TPM. Let's see what step 0, know your equipment, is all about. Know your equipment means that each of the employees uh, should should know all the important details of his ownership equipment. Let's see how to implement step 0. What are the procedures to be followed? First, list out how many equipment and people are there in your department. Allocate ownership of one equipment or more if required to each person according to size of the department, number of employees, and equipment in the department. Ensure all the persons, equipment, and areas are covered and ownership given to all without fail. Ownership means equipment and its surroundings area, which means that the surrounding area of the equipment also belongs to the owner. He is responsible for maintaining good housekeeping and safety in his area too. The owner should have thorough knowledge of his ownership equipment, its function, the process, and he must ensure that it is kept in good shape, trouble-free, and safe working condition always. All important details of equipment should kept documenting the area's owner's TPM file. We will further discuss how to prepare TPM file in the later part of this video. First of all, equipment owner must be taught about safety first. That is, what are the safety points? That is, accident prone areas are there in his equipment and how he must work safely to avoid accidents. He should also know which parts of the equipment can cause quality problems, production loss, and contribute to pollution. Since he is the owner of the equipment, he must be trained how to identify abnormalities using his sensors and take immediate corrective actions to rectify them immediately. He must be trained how to take corrective action safely for the day-to-day common maintenance problems using appropriate tools like attending to small leaks, retightening of loose nuts and bolts, lubricating dry parts, dispensing water shower pipes for cleaning and fitting by cleaning the filters, etc. Now, who will teach the operators how to use the tools safely? Maintenance personnel should give on the job training to the operators on how to use and handle the tools safely for rectifying small maintenance problems. Then, what is the function of maintenance personnel? Major problems will be rectified by the maintenance personnel. Planned preventive maintenance as per schedule and breakdown maintenance will be carried out by the skilled maintenance personnel only. The owner operator should treat his equipment as his baby. There should be mother and baby relationship between him and his equipment. The mother will know immediately if her baby is not well and will take quick remedial measures to bring her baby to normal health condition again. Similarly, the equipment owner should be also be able to identify abnormalities in his equipment using his sensors and must take immediate corrective action. He has to take utmost care about the healthiness of his equipment, which is a baby to him. He is made solely responsible, accountable for his carelessness if there is a breakdown, quality defect, production loss, and accident in his ownership equipment. This picture shows a typical example of step 0, that is, know your equipment. The important parts in the scooter are highlighted for the owner to understand. When you buy a two-wheeler, before driving it, you should know first all the important parts in the vehicle, that is, which is the front and rear brake to be used for safe driving, how to dim and bright the headlight, how and when to turn on the left and right turn signal indicator lamp, what is the optimum air pressure to maintain in the front and rear wheel to improve fuel mileage, how to find out the level in the fuel tank, what is the optimum speed limit to be maintained to conserve fuel, whether left and right side rear mirrors are positioned correctly for safe driving, at what intervals you should give the vehicle for servicing for water wash, overhauling and oil changing, how to check the tightness of the brakes, when to decarbonize the silencer, etc. What will happen to the two-wheeler if you do not clean it periodically? These are some important points one must know first before driving the two-wheeler for trouble-free and safe journey. Similarly, the owner of the equipment should also have a thorough knowledge of his equipment fully for trouble-free and safe operation. That is why step 0 was introduced as the fundamental step to be followed in TPM. This is another picture which states that how both the equipment owner, that is operator and equipment, should know each other fully. The operator asks his equipment, "How do you do?" And the equipment answers that, "I am fine because you have fully understood me and taken good care of me. Thanks to you and TPM." The importance of step 0, know your equipment, is highlighted here. In continuous step 0, know your equipment, the equipment owner should also document all the important points of his machine in the TPM file. Let's see what TPM file is. TPM file is the life history of the ownership equipment. Each equipment owner should prepare his own TPM file for his equipment with the help of his shift in charge or his area manager. What are the main points to be furnished in the TPM file is given here. We'll discuss in detail of each point in the next slides. Each equipment owner should possess TPM file for his ownership equipment. By preparing the TPM file, the owner will have a full knowledge of his equipment. He will also have the full confidence in operating it without fear, doubt, and etc. Let's see how to prepare this TPM file, which will contain all the vital and important points of his equipment. First page should contain the sketch of his department process flow chart. In this flow chart, he must mark where his ownership equipment is located and mark this as my area. Next thing is that the owner should know what is the main function of his equipment in the process. He should also know all the important parts of the equipment. Also should know what will happen to the process if his equipment fails. He should also know how to start and stop the equipment safely as per SOP, that is standard operating procedure, without affecting quality, production and safety. Should also know how to troubleshoot the problem. What are the root causes of these problems and how to avoid them. You should also write down the important equipment specifications like rated production capacity of the equipment, year of manufacture and supplier, HP, RPM, what grade of lubrication oil should be used, and number of lubrication points, and the lubrication schedule. The owner should also know what is his input and output of his equipment. He must also know who is his supplier, who gives the inputs, previous process, that is previous process to equipment, and also his customer, that is next process to which he supplies his output. You should document what are the key process parameters required for all the inputs and outputs for maintaining quality and production. Owner should also know what will happen if he is not meeting the process parameter for his next process, that is for his customer. How the customer next process will get affected. You should understand the ultimately the company suffers. Similarly, you should monitor the process parameters for its inputs too. If there are any deviation in the input parameter, you should alert the previous process immediately to take corrective action. One should know what are the critical spares needed for trouble-free run of the equipment, and you should follow the status of inventory in the stores room. Make sure they are always available in the stores room. If there is any deviation in the critical spares, you should immediately alert your superiors. Document the past 1 year's breakdown history irrespective of production law. The reason for the breakdown and corrective actions taken to rectify them. Future breakdown should also be recorded with RCA, that is root cause analysis, and corrective action taken. If you have repeated breakdowns, then it means you have not found out the real root cause. Again, do RCA and eliminate the root cause. Seek external help if required. Process cleaning is very important. Many industries neglect this point. Process cleaning Prepare process cleaning schedule of the equipment with the help of our area manager and display the schedule near the equipment, and this should be strictly adhered to. It should contain information like when last cleaned and when is the next due date for cleaning. When cleaning tools, what cleaning tools and PPEs to be used for cleaning, what are the safety points to be checked first before initial cleaning process, that is topmost point is to be ensure equipment is isolated electrically. Once the cleaning work is over, ensure all mechanical, electrical and instrument maintenance jobs are also completed and the equipment is safe to start again. Do not compromise on safety. Teamwork is very essential regarding safety. Next important point is draw a sketch of the equipment and first mark safety point as S. Areas you need to check for maintaining quality as Q and production as P. Mark lubrication points as L and for tightening location for nuts and bolts as T. Write down the grade of lubricant to be used and the lubrication schedule. First check all the safety points, whether safety guards, motor, earthings, etc. are in place and are intact. Then check quality, production, lubrication, tightening points before starting the equipment or commencing your work. Prepare CLT check sheet and use it daily for checking the healthiness of the equipment. The owner is a doctor, he needs to check his equipment with this check sheet. Using your sensors, that is, using your hands, your eyes, nose, and ears, write down the abnormal notice during cleaning, inspection, lubrication, tightening activities. Record them abnormally register kept in the department and take necessary corrective actions immediately to avoid downtime, quality defects, etc. We can prevent costly breakdown if these CILT activities are sincerely followed. Document the accidents occurred during past 1 year. That is, details of accidents, their root causes, what countermeasures taken to rectify and eliminate them. Proper RCA should be done and corrective action taken so that they do not recur again. Before commencing a work, always ensure there are no unsafe places like slippery floor, worn out platforms, handrails, worn out and corroded steps are observed in the ownership area. If they exist, cordon this area and display caution boards and arrange to correct them at the earliest. This slide again talks in detail about what are the important points to be marked and highlighted in the sketch of the equipment. First, mark the safety points in the sketch as capital S in red color. Next, mark the parts which may affect quality as capital Q in blue color. Production point as capital P in green color. Lubrication point as capital L in violet color. Write down the grade of lubricant to be used and also mention the lubrication schedule. And tightening points as capital T in black color. Having understood the equipment fully, then start CILT activities. In the field, check your equipment in the following sequence. First, check the safety points. Next, quality, production, lubrication, and lastly, the retightening points. This is a typical example of the sketch of know your equipment. A chemical dosing pump with motor and storage tank. You can see that all the safety quality, production, lubrication, tightening points are highlighted in sketch with appropriate color coding. Also, the owner should fill in the lubricant details too. This is another sketch of paper machine rewinders. All the important points are highlighted along with the lubricant details. Since TPM file is very important document, shifting charges in area management initially should help and guide the equipment owners in preparing the TPM file. These TPM files should be checked frequently by the shifting charges, area managers, HOD concerned whether they contain all the important points and are updated. The file to be treated as company's document, updated and properly maintained. When a owner resigns or retires, the TPM file has to be handed over to the HOD so that this can be handed over to the and maintained by the next new owner of the equipment. This is another picture highlighting the impact of poor equipment knowledge. Here, equipment has failed due to damaged internal parts for want of lubrication because the owner was not aware of the importance of CILT activity. He was not aware that he should first know all the lubricate points in his ownership equipment and that he should lubricate them periodically as per lubrication schedule. Step 0. No equipment has miserably failed here. Hence, the importance of doing CILT activity should be taught to all the equipment owners and they should understand fully about these to avoid costly breakdowns, stress and tension. Now let's see how to stop accelerating the deterioration of equipment. As all of you know, the prevention is better than cure. Preventive medicine has reduced the incidence of diseases and increased the human lifespan significantly. Similarly, preventive medicine, health monitoring and maintenance for equipment. Proper diet and basic hygiene, periodic checkups performed by doctors promote early detection and treatment in humans. Likewise, daily equipment maintenance serves the same purpose. By diligently cleaning, inspecting, lubricating, and retightening, the deterioration equipment can be prevented and potential failures and breakdowns can be averted. Just as people are responsible for their own health, the owner of the equipment is responsible for his equipment health too. Thus, preventive maintenance decreases the number of breakdowns and inevitably increases equipment lifespan. TPM highlights how the relation between the owner and equipment should be. It says relation should be similar to mother and child relationship. In other words, daily the owner should closely observe his equipment for any abnormality using his sensors and should take immediate corrective action to eliminate the abnormality like mother treats a baby if it is not well. His equipment is baby, take good care of it. This is another picture of the operator saying that we take care of our equipment by following autonomous maintenance and also following CIT activities sincerely. We have come to the concluding part of this video. My next TPM part 4 will discuss step 1, part A, that is how to perform initial cleaning with meaning and purpose. And in part B, how to identify abnormalities using our sensors and what are the white and red tag abnormalities. Thank you all for your patience hearing. If you like to view my previous videos of my profile and my 47 years of journey through Seshasai Paper and Boards Limited and my subsequent videos on 5 years concerts, please search Learning with Sivaram. I repeat, please search Learning with Sivaram in YouTube and click the icon plant in folded hand so that my videos can be viewed in sequence. If you like these videos, please don't forget to press the like image and click the subscribe bell icon and share among your friends. SMEs, entrepreneurs, factory employees and college students who will also be benefited. I require this information to access how many people have gone through these videos and like them so that I can move forward and prepare further free videos on management system tools like how to become a green company, ISO, root cause analysis, Kaizen, risk management, etc. for knowledge sharing. Once again, thank you all. Have a nice day.